Why, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is still me, Azura Universe. I still have a trillion tabs. No, I'm not going to close them. Fuck you. Today, we're here to discuss some Honkai Star Rail. Yes, that's right. You see, on my last video, I ranked the characters in Genshin Impact based on how hot they are, right? But now, because I actually play Star Rail, I'm gonna be doing a tier list on how effective these characters are. All right. Now this is gonna be 100% objective. All right. This is not my opinion. No, 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 no. 100% objective. If you see this video, you can trust every single thing I say in this video. All right. To a T, all right? This is backed up by science, all right? This is not satire at all. Got it? Okay. Also, I won't be discussing any characters that haven't been released yet, with the exception of Kafka. But any other character that hasn't been released is going to stay at the bottom, and we're not going to rank them. All right, let's go. First, we have Mr. Arlan. All right. Now, Arlan is decent, I'd say. He does a lot of damage. I'll give him that. But the fact that he consumes HP to deal damage is a bit of a hassle. All right. Because if you don't bring a shielder, be ready to have your DPS die all the fucking time. But, hey, all things considered, if you pair him up with a good shielder like March and Japard, he can do decently well. All right, so I think I'll go B tier on him. All right, next we have Asta. Asta is buffer, right? She is a support, which means she is not there to do damage. She is there to get your characters to have their turn now instead of 5 minutes from now. Right now. All right? That's what she does. And I think she's really good at that. Personally, I don't use her much because I'm fucking stupid and I can't figure it out. But I'm sure she's good. So I'll give her a good A tier. Okay, next we have Bailu. Bailu is, in my opinion, she is both the best healer and the worst healer at the same time. Because she heals for more than Natasha, right? I can get her to heal for more than Natasha. But the problem is that Natasha can cleanse and Bailu can't. And that's a really big problem. All right? That's a really big problem. Personally, I use Bailu, but you know, I still have to re-gear my Natasha because I stole all her gear and put it on Bailu. Maybe that was a dumb thing to do. Probably was. But it's fine. It's fine. I only have one chess piece of the correct set that gives outgoing healing, but I'll just give it to Bailu. It's fine. Don't worry about it. S tier. Blade, unreleased character, can't talk about it. Bronya is really good. She's also a support that can cleanse, which is really good. She's also a buffer, so she gives a buff when she cleanses as well, which is really good. And I'd say her and Ting Yun are definitely the two best supports in this game. Well, buffer-wise, because technically the two best supports would be Bailu and Natasha. But you get what I mean. They're two different kinds of supports. You're not that stupid, all right? I'm just gonna assume you're not that dumb. S tier. Next we have Clara. Clara is, I would say, probably the strongest physical destruction character. Not that there's, a lot of those, but Yeah, I gotta make her sound even more powerful than she is. All right, this is, come on now. She's really good because her counter does a lot of damage, so you want people targeting her, which is good because she's a destruction path, which means she has a higher taunt value, I think, or at least that should be the case. I think I remember that one TikTok I saw about it, maybe. All in all, I'd say A tier. She's really good. Next we have Daddy Don Hung. I mean Don Hung. Um, he's fine. Yeah. Anyways, Japard. Um, I want this motherfucker, but I don't have him. All right, I got Yang Ching before I got fucking Japard, and that's, look. I'm not salty. All right, they're both good units, but like, come on. Okay, whatever. Um, Japard's a really good support, the best shielder in the game by a substantial margin. Sure, there's only 3 shielders in the game, but like, still, his shield's definitely the toughest out of all of them, and he makes content that would be extremely hard, I think, feel a little bit like, not, I wouldn't say he makes challenging content easy, but I think he makes challenging content easier, right? So it's not as overbearingly difficult because of his shield. So definitely S tier. Next we have Herda. Herda is good to farm the Calyx in the snow plains for XP books before you reach level 20. She's really good at that. If you have her and Himiko, you can really abuse that little place. Other than that, next we have Himiko. Objectively. Next we have Hook. Hook, I think, is, out of the fire DPSs, I definitely think she's, the cutest one. Definitely. I don't know about the most effective. Not that I care. I'm not exactly using these characters in the game because I think they're effective. I'm using them because they're attractive or because they're cute. It's one or the other. Like, if you're above 18, I'm using you because you're hot. If you're below 18, I'm using you because you're cute. There's something like deeply wrong with my psyche, by the way. I should go. I need therapy, I think. Yeah. I definitely need therapy. So anyways, next we have Jing Yuan. He's S tier. I think he's a very good crowd controller, right? He is very good multi-target damage. And the Lightning Lord is incredibly satisfying, even when it doesn't do a lot of damage. So yeah, I think good S tier right there. Next we have Kafka, and I won't be arguing because I don't care what you think. Next we have Luocha. Luocha is really strong, I would say. He's very powerful. The fact that he can automatically heal an ally without using a skill point if they've fallen below 50% HP, that's really fucking good. That's like crazy good. So I kind of have to put him S tier, honestly. Next we have March 7th. March is basically the only free-to-play shielder. I mean, I guess you can count Fire MC, but like, bro gives you a fucking shield that is so small, tiny. I mean, believe me, I know what tiny looks like, and that's tiny. Anyways, A tier. Next we have Natasha. Now Natasha is, well, I mean, she's the free-to-play healer. She's the only healer you get by just playing the game. And she's fantastic. She's really, really good. Set her up with a bunch of HP, you know, outgoing healing chest piece. Maybe some energy regen rope. And she'll perform like crazy, man. Yeah. S tier. Next we have Pela. I kind of despise Pela because I keep getting Pela on my pulls, and I don't want Pela. But objectively speaking, she's like B. All right. Next we have Ching Shui. That's how you say it. Objectively. If you're a native speaker and you disagree with me, you're wrong. Because I know better than you. Anyways, I think yeah, B tier. Honestly, she's a good quantum support, not support, but DPS, I guess. Next we have Shampoo. Shampoo is really good in dot teams. So like if you're running, let's say Serval, Kafka, I think, you know, you should probably have a Sampo in there. I don't have my sample leveled. I think that's because I'm stubborn and I don't want to change from the current team that I'm running. That's you know, that's not a sly against the character. I think that's just me being an idiot. Objectively, B tier, I think. Even actually, he can do a lot in dot focused teams. So I'm thinking for his niche, within his niche, he's A tier. But like overall, if you're not in a dot team, B tier. All right. Next we have Zila. Now Zila is really strong. She also has the ability to tell the enemies to go absolutely fuck themselves and just keep taking turns regardless of what those little idiots think, which I think is awesome. Objectively, S tier. Opinion-wise, now this might be controversial, all right, but listen. I think she's fantastic. There, I said it. I said it, guys. Zila's good. I'm sorry. I had to say it. It was right there. I mean, okay, anyways. Let's move on. Next we have Serval. Now, Serval is A tier. All right, I wouldn't say she's S tier. I wouldn't say that. But Serval is the best free-to-play Lightning DPS. Absolutely. Now, again, you might be telling me, but Azrael, she's the only one that could be considered a free-to-play Lightning DPS. And to that I say, yeah. And she's great, all right? She's really good. She does damage, all right? Her dots do a lot of damage as well. You just got to build her right, all right? And if you're sitting here and you're like, "Oh my god, Azrael, no. She's like really bad cuz like look at my Serval, and my Serval doesn't do any damage." And then I look at their build, and their build fucking sucks, and you're running blue fucking relics, no rope, not even a fucking sphere. Like, get the fuck out of here, actually. Sorry about my. Let's move on. All right, let's not rant here. All right. Next we have Silverwolf. If I can say her name right, Silverwolf. There we go. Silverwolf is a really good debuffer. The fact that she can implant weakness is really good for the people who have her, because I think it really allows you to just be lazy. And I think that in games like these, there comes a point where the game shouldn't just. There never should be something that just makes all content easy as fuck immediately as soon as you equip it. But I think if there's an item you can get that just makes going through hard content slightly less of a pain in the ass, I think that's good. And Silverwolf allows you to do that by just brute forcing whatever the fuck you want, by just not having to worry about the weakness, and then just bring whatever weakness you want and having Silverwolf implanted. And I think that's brilliant. So honestly, S tier. Next we have Sushong. Sushong the Chicken Knight. Sushong is a really good physical DPS. I think if you invest in her, I think she'll do amazing. I haven't done that just because I'm stubborn, and I like to think, well, why use this guy when I can just use, physical MC and do a quarter of the fucking boss's health bar with a single touch, right? But that's just me. That's me. That's because mine hits like that. I don't know if everybody else's hits like that, but mine hits like that, all right? Anyways, Sushong's A tier. Next we have Ting Yun. Ting Yun's another 4-star S tier. If you don't have her, I'm so sorry. Kind of a skill issue, but like, maybe you should have summoned Ingenuine's Banner. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. I know I did. I'm saving for Kafka, and I still stopped to pull on that until I got a Ting Yun, because there's no way I was gonna go without her. All right, she's really good. Next we have the Trailblazers. If you're saying Stelly, S tier, S plus. All right, she's great. If you're saying Calyx, D tier. I'm sorry, it's the truth. Calyx is just inferior in every way. I'm just. First of all, his lance animation is different, which is, I think, a downgrade because it looks cooler, and I think that's just disrespectful. And his bat animation is also different, which I think is really disrespectful because it looks cooler. Really, he's just an asshole. Complete dick shit. So D tier it is. Fuck that guy. Stelly on top every time. Next we have Welt. Mr. Welt Yang. Mr. 92 fucking years old. Not joking at all. He was the only imaginary period in the game for how long has it been since Star Rail came out? Like 2 months? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, he's good. He's really good. Next we have Yanqing. Yanqing, he's, as far as ice DPSs go, he's really good. I'm gonna have to say, but I do hold some disdain towards him because, again, I did lose my Luocha 50/50 to this motherfucker, so I'm kind of mad. So I'm gonna put him in A tier out of spite. And then the final character we have is Wukong. Wukong is a good buffer as well, good support. I think A tier probably. I haven't played around with her too much though. And yeah, that's the list. Look at that. It's a list. It's also objective, and anybody that disagrees with this is wrong. So you can shout at them on Twitter and cancel them because they're wrong, and wrong people shouldn't have the ability to speak. That's a statement. I stand by that. I approve of this message. Anyways, yeah, that's it. Go like, follow, share, hit the bell, and share with your favorites and favorite the video. And what other things haven't been on YouTube for 15 years? I don't know. Rate it 5 stars, dog. Yeah.